I nearly lost all hope in XRP until I stumbled on a clue suggesting a possible 900% explosion. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that clue came with a twist I never saw coming. Let me take you back a bit. If you've been holding XRP for a while like I have, you know it's been a wild ride. We've weathered lawsuit dramas, exchange delistings, wild price swings, and of course big promises that haven't materialized yet. Perhaps you're feeling a little burnt out, wondering if that XRP to the moon moment is ever going to happen. Trust me, I get it. Not long ago, I was sitting at my desk, staring at the XRP chart feeling frustrated and, honestly, a bit defeated. Then, just the other day, I came across an analysis that made me sit up in my chair. Figuratively, don't worry, no drink-spilling theatrics here. This prominent XRP analyst, who goes by 𝗗𝗗𝗀𝗀𝗃, dropped a bold prediction. He believes XRP could eventually hit double digits, even as high as $33. Now, if you've been around the XRP community, you've probably heard crazy price targets before. A lot of them. And maybe, like me, you've grown skeptical over time. So initially I was like, here we go again, another day, another wild XRP prediction. But this time, something was different. 𝗗𝗗𝗀𝗃 didn't just throw out a number and call it a day. He wrapped his prediction in a message that really struck a chord with me. It wasn't just what he said, but how he said it. Instead of the usual hype or rocket emojis, he basically gave a heartfelt pep talk about patience and belief. I'm talking quoting ancient scriptures kind of pep talk. Yeah, you heard that right. The guy literally referenced the Bible, the Torah, and the Quran to make his point that holding XRP requires endurance and faith. One line he shared was, "You have need of endurance, so that after you have done the will of God, you may receive what is promised." That's from the book of Hebrews. He also cited the Quran. "We will surely test you with a bit of fear and hunger, but give good tidings to the patient." Now, I'm not here to preach religion, and neither was he, really. His point was that anything worth achieving takes time and tests your resolve. Whether you're religious or not, that message hits home, right? Because being an XRP holder these past few years has felt like a test at times. A test of my patience, my conviction, and sometimes my sanity when the fear, uncertainty, and doubt hits hard. So, back to this 900% explosion clue that 𝗗𝗗𝗃𝗃 was talking about. What's the deal with that number? Well, 𝗗𝗃𝗃 dug into the charts and noticed a pattern. On the 2-week XRP chart, there's this moving average, the 21-period EMA, the exponential moving average. Don't worry if you're not super technical. All you need to know is it's like a trend line that often acts as a support during big bull runs. According to him, in past cycles, XRP has this habit of dropping down to that 21 EMA, finding its footing and then booming upward. It happened back in 2017. XRP touched that 21 EMA and then skyrocketed by about 1,250% afterward. To put that into perspective, that kind of move today could, in theory, put XRP around the $33 mark. In 2021, something similar happened. XRP bounced off the 21 EMA and ran up about 560%. If we did a move like that again from recent prices, we're talking roughly $17 per XRP. Now, neither of those are predictions set in stone, but here's the kicker. 𝗗𝗃𝗃 basically averaged those two historical surges, 1,250% and 560%, and some other scenarios, and came up with an estimate of around 905% potential upside in the next major move. That's roughly in the high 20s price-wise, say $27, give or take. So when you hear 900% move, it's not just a random number, it's derived from actual past performance. But of course, past performance doesn't guarantee future results. We've got to say that. History rhymes more often than it repeats exactly. Still, seeing those figures laid out made me raise an eyebrow. Could XRP really have another monster run like that in it? Possibly yes, possibly no, but it certainly reignited a spark of hope in me, I won't lie. Now, some of you might be thinking, all right, we've heard these bullish charts before. Why should we believe it this time? And you're absolutely right to question it. Because guess what? Many of these optimistic predictions have come and gone, and XRP is still hovering in the single digits. 𝗗𝗗𝗀𝗰𝗍 himself has popped up with bullish analyses multiple times, and if you go on crypto Twitter or Reddit, you'll see folks clowning on him, saying things like, "Dude, aren't you tired of being uber bullish all the time? When is it going to actually happen?" That's fair. Skepticism is healthy, especially in crypto where hopium can run wild. And I'll be real with you, I don't blindly trust any single analyst or YouTuber, including me. We're all human, we can be wrong, markets can surprise us. So I took 𝗗𝗗𝗀𝗰𝗍's message not as gospel truth that XRP will be $27 by next Tuesday at 3 p.m. No, he wasn't giving a timeline like that, but as a perspective, a piece of a puzzle for the long game. Let me share a personal moment here. A while back, after one more XRP price letdown, I think it was after the initial excitement from the SEC lawsuit win faded, I remember closing my laptop, walking to my kitchen and just feeling this heavy frustration. I thought, why am I still holding this? Am I crazy? Other coins are shooting up and I'm here, waiting on XRP, like it's some golden ticket that might never pay out. Maybe you've had a similar late-night conversation with yourself, questioning your choices. I was this close to reducing my XRP position significantly that day. But I slept on it. The next morning, I did what I often do when emotions run high. I went back to basics. I reminded myself why I invested in XRP in the first place, the tech, the real-world utility. Hello, fast cross-border payments, the partnerships, the community. Yes, that's you guys. I also reminded myself that I had a plan, and the plan wasn't get rich overnight. It was to build wealth steadily over time, with smart moves and patience. And part of that plan, ironically, was to expect that it wouldn't be easy or quick. You know, that old saying. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. I think Warren Buffett or some wise investor said something like that. The same holds true for crypto. Those words echo 𝗗𝗗𝗀𝗰𝗍's sentiment. The ones who stick around, who endure the tests, they're the ones who can reap the rewards when the time comes. This might shock you, but I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing in this video is financial advice. Cryptocurrencies are highly volatile, and you could lose all the money you invest. Always do your own research and consult a qualified professional. Your investments are entirely your responsibility, and you should know that nothing is ever guaranteed when it comes to investing. Neither I, this channel, nor YouTube are liable for any losses. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Alright, now that we've got that very necessary disclaimer out of the way, you know we had to do it, let's continue our story. So, what am I doing in the meantime while waiting for this potential XRP moonshot? For one, I'm making sure I'm prepared for when things get crazy, and I recommend you do the same. That means having a plan and having backup options. One practical tip, don't put all your eggs in one basket or all your crypto on one exchange. We learned that lesson painfully when some big exchanges went under in the past. I won't name names, cough, FTX, cough, but if you were around, you remember the chaos. Even good exchanges can have outages or maintenance at the worst possible times, usually right when prices are skyrocketing or tanking and everyone's trying to buy or sell. My strategy is to sign up, get KYC verified and test out as many reputable exchanges as I can now, before I actually need them. That way, if exchange A freezes withdrawals or gets overloaded, I've got exchange B, C, maybe D ready to go. It's like having a plan A, plan B, plan C for trading or cashing out when the time comes. You don't want to be scrambling to open new accounts during a bull frenzy. By then it might be too late, or at least incredibly frustrating. Now, I've got to mention, many of the links to exchanges I use are affiliate links that support the channel, at no extra cost to you, of course. They're all listed on my website, which is linked in the description below. If you use those, it's a win-win. You get to try out a solid exchange, often with some bonus perk or discount, and I get a small kickback to help keep the channel running. Full transparency there. Speaking of which, I'm really excited about a partnership I've set up with Kraken. I personally use Kraken as one of my go-to platforms. It's been around forever, high liquidity, solid security track record. And right now, they have a special promo for new signups through my link. If you sign up using my affiliate link, You can find that on my site or in the description. And you trade $100 worth of crypto, any non-stablecoin crypto, within 30 days, Kraken will give you $25 worth of XRP as a bonus. Yes, they will literally drop 25 bucks of XRP into your account, just for getting started. Pretty cool, right? It's basically free XRP for doing what you were probably going to do anyway, testing out a new exchange with a bit of trading. Now, it is a limited time offer. I'm not sure how long it'll last, so if you're interested, probably don't wait too long. And of course, terms and conditions apply. You can check out the full details on Kraken's site via that link. Just to be absolutely clear, that Kraken link is an affiliate link, so it does support the channel. I always want to be upfront about that. But promo or not, the bigger picture here is get yourself set up on multiple exchanges and get comfortable using them now. It's one of those small steps that can save you a giant headache in the future. While we're on the topic of being prepared, we have to talk about security and the whole not your keys, not your coins thing. Look, having multiple exchange accounts is great for flexibility, but at the end of the day, I never recommend keeping large amounts of your crypto sitting on exchanges long term. Exchanges are awesome for trading, for on and off ramps and all that, but they are not your personal piggy bank or vault. If an exchange gets hacked, goes bust, or suddenly freezes withdrawals due to some government or legal issue, your crypto could be stuck or gone. We've seen it happen. That's why I strongly encourage everyone, and I do this myself, to use a hardware wallet for storing the majority of your holdings, especially those you plan to hold for a while, like my XRP stack that's waiting for that big day. I personally use Ledger devices. They're one of the most popular hardware wallet brands out there. Now, whether you choose Ledger or another brand, the key is buy it directly from the manufacturer. Don't try to save a few bucks by getting it off eBay or some third-party seller on Amazon. Those could be tampered with. It's not worth the risk. Get it straight from the source so you know it's legit and secure. If you need a recommendation, I have a direct link to Ledger on my website. Yes, it's an affiliate link that helps support the channel. Thank you in advance if you use it, but you don't have to use my link. Just make sure you get the real deal from the official site. Setting up a hardware wallet might sound a bit intimidating if you've never done it, but it's pretty straightforward, and the peace of mind is priceless. Once your crypto is on that device, you are the one and only person in control of those coins. Just remember to never ever share your seed phrase, the 24-word recovery phrase, with anyone, or store it digitally. Write it on paper and keep it safe. I actually use metal backup plates for mine, so they're fireproof and waterproof. Call me paranoid, but a little paranoia can save your bacon in crypto. Now, if all this talk of exchanges and wallets and seed phrases has your head spinning a bit, or if you just want a community to bounce questions off, I have something for you. Our free educational Discord server. The link is in the description. It's a community of crypto enthusiasts and learners. We chat about market updates, share tips, answer questions. It's a really welcoming space. I drop in there regularly as well, so it's a great way to interact more directly. If you're newer to the space, it's a goldmine for learning from others' experiences and mistakes without any cost. And if you're a seasoned vet, hey, come share your wisdom or just enjoy the camaraderie. We're all about helping each other grow in this crazy crypto journey. On top of that, for those who want to take their knowledge even further, I run an online crypto school, 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗰𝗱.com. I've put together in-depth courses on trading, portfolio management, risk management, all that good stuff that can really level up your crypto game. These are structured step-by-step courses that go way deeper than I can in a YouTube video. Now, these are paid courses, but since you're watching this video and you're clearly dedicated to learning, I want to hook you up with a discount. Use the code YT500OFF at checkout and you'll get 50% off any course. There's a link in the description to the school as well to make it easy. Education is one of the best investments you can make in yourself, especially in a field as fast-moving as crypto, so do check that out if you're interested. Okay, pivoting for a moment here, I've got to share this because it's just too interesting to leave out. And for those of you who've been around my channel, you know I've mentioned this project a few times already. It's called Unity Nodes. Consider it a little crypto side quest I've embarked on. So, Unity Nodes is a new initiative born from a collaboration between World Mobile and the Minutes Network. If those names ring a bell, you know they're doing some cutting-edge stuff with decentralized telecommunications and blockchain. But in plain English, Unity Nodes lets you turn something as ordinary as a smartphone into part of a crypto-earning network. Yeah, you heard me right. Your old phone that's sitting in a drawer could potentially be earning you crypto. Here's how it works in a nutshell. You set up a node, which basically means running their software, on smartphones or similar devices, and these nodes help power a decentralized network. Think of it like contributing to a distributed mobile network or cloud service using phones. In return for lending your devices processing power and connectivity, you earn rewards in cryptocurrency. It's kind of like mining or staking, but without needing a fancy computer rig or a huge stake of tokens. It's more about contributing connectivity and computing resources that you already have. What really caught my attention is how this fits into the big picture. We always talk about making crypto mainstream and useful. Well, what's more mainstream than mobile phones, right? There are billions of them around the world. Unity Nodes aims to tap into that, potentially creating a huge decentralized network by leveraging devices people already own. And, as a reward, it pays out in crypto. It's an example of how blockchain can incentivize people to build real infrastructure. In this case, possibly enhancing telecommunications or data networks, and get rewarded for it. So I decided to jump in and test the waters. I purchased a Unity Node license, essentially a software license. That license allows me to connect up to 200 devices, like smartphones, as part of the network. Now, I am not about to go set up 200 phones on day one. I'm starting small. I've got about 10 old smartphones that I'm going to use in my initial test run. I'll install the Unity Node software on them, let them do their thing, and see how the rewards look over time. One cool feature, the rewards I earn can be paid in various cryptocurrencies, and of course, I've chosen to receive them in some of my favorites: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and XRP. So, if all goes well, my little fleet of phones will be passively stacking Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and XRP for me. It's like staking or mining, but diversified in the coins I get paid out. And I see it as a great way to accumulate more crypto passively over time, especially since I'm already a long-term believer who's content to hold and wait. Now, I want to stress, this is an experiment. Maybe it turns out great and those phones start generating a nice little stream of crypto income. Maybe it ends up not being very profitable if, say, the rewards don't cover electricity or data costs. I'll be watching that closely, but I'm intrigued enough to give it a go. And I know a lot of you out there appreciate hearing about new crypto projects and ways to earn, so I'll definitely keep you posted in future videos on how it's going. If you're curious about Unity Nodes, I'll put a link in the description to their light paper, which is basically a document that outlines how it all works and a rewards calculator they provide for estimating potential earnings. As always, do your own research before jumping into any project. Unity Nodes has a lot of buzz around it, but it might not be everyone's cup of tea. It requires a bit of tech setup, some trust in the project's team, and patience to see returns. So, don't go throwing your life savings at it or anything crazy like that, but if you have a couple of spare devices and you're tech savvy, it could be a fun way to dip your toes into a new kind of crypto endeavor. And hey, if it does pique your interest, check out that link below for more details and see if it's something you want to explore further. It's been fascinating to me, and it might be right up your alley too. Now, bringing it all full circle back to XRP, because that's the heart of this story, isn't it? We started with a bold claim that XRP could be gearing up for a tremendous 900% leap, potentially reaching that illustrious $33 target someday. Whether or not that exact number hits, here's my take. The real key is being ready and being patient. If XRP truly is meant to spread wealth to everyone who is patient and willing to wait, as 𝗗𝗀𝘀𝗰𝗱 so passionately put it, then the worst thing we could do is lose our patience right before the magic happens. It's like that classic cartoon of the miner who stops digging just inches away from a huge gold vein. I don't want to be that guy, and I don't want you to be either. But at the same time, I'm not advocating blind faith or telling anyone to just hibernate on their bags for a decade without paying attention. Patience in crypto should be active, not passive. Keep learning, keep tabs on developments, like XRP's real-world adoption, any regulatory changes, new tech on the XRP ledger, and so on. Maybe take advantage of opportunities along the way, like staking, or those passive income projects such as Unity nodes I mentioned, so that while you wait, you're still making progress. And crucially, have a plan for different outcomes. If XRP goes to $10, what's your plan? Take some profit. If it goes to $33, are you cashing out a chunk to reward yourself? If it takes longer than expected, how will you stay zen and not panic sell at the worst time? These are questions every XRP holder, heck, every crypto investor should ask themselves. For me, I have certain price targets in mind where I'll skim a little off to secure profits and maybe diversify. I also have a mental timeline. For example, if by a certain year XRP still hasn't broken its previous all-time high, I'll reassess things more fundamentally. Having those checkpoints helps me stay rational. One more thing, community. Being part of the XRP community and the broader crypto community has been a game changer for me. When I feel burnt out, I jump into our Discord or watch content from others I respect. Hearing different perspectives can either reinforce my conviction or open my eyes to things I missed. So, whether it's our Discord, Twitter, or whatever platform, stay connected. It's easier to be patient when you're not alone, right? Ultimately, my personal journey with XRP and crypto in general has taught me that success is often a paradox. You have to be both stubborn and flexible at the same time. Stubborn in your conviction when you've done the research and genuinely believe in something, but flexible enough to adapt to new information and not marry a single idea to the grave. I'm stubborn in that I still hold XRP and believe in its long-term potential. I'm flexible in that I'm hedging my bets, learning new strategies, and prepared for various outcomes. And I think that's why 𝗗𝗀𝘀's message resonated so much with me. It was a rallying cry to endure, yes, but also a reminder that there's a purpose to this endurance. For him, it's almost spiritual, a way to spread wealth and do something meaningful. For me, I see it as part of a bigger picture of financial empowerment and technological innovation. XRP, with its aim to revolutionize finance, sits right at that intersection for me. So, will XRP really go 900% up from here? If it does, amazing. You'll see one happy guy popping a bottle of something fizzy on camera, I promise you that. If it doesn't, or not yet, that's okay too. I'm here for the long haul, prepared and patient. I hope my story and perspective here gave you something to think about, maybe even rekindled a bit of the excitement you once had for XRP and crypto. Sometimes we all just need to zoom out and remember why we're on this journey in the first place. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button for more personal crypto insights, and I'll catch you in the next one.